Hey there, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today it's going to be a Clem compilation from WCS Fall 2019. Figured I'd cast a lot of Clem replays against players you know. And we're going to start it off with the game between Clem and Scarlett here on Triton the Ladder Edition. Bottom right hand corner we have the red Terran player from France. It is Clem. And in the top left hand corner it is the blue Zerg player Scarlett. Alright, so Scarlett versus Clem here coming at you today. Really good ZVT right off the bat. Have no idea what these games have in store. I don't know who wins these individual games. I know who went further in the overall WCS thingamajig, but I don't know who won individual matches because this is from group stage stuff, and I'm pretty sure most of you didn't ever see it. Right. Alright, so, yep, we're doing standard stuff here. Barracks at home, hatchery over here for the Zerg player Scarlett. Looks like at about probably about a 16 there. Let's go 18 on the gas and then 17 on the pool. Soon as you want to hear Scarlett, and there it is. There's your 18. And there's your timing on your pool. And it lines up so very, very nicely for your queens and your speed. And everything is just happy and just copacetic over in Zergland here. Same story for the Terran. Nothing too crazy here. Got his one gas down. Going to go ahead and start a Reaper based on the timings of what we're seeing so far. And in fact, it is going to be a Reaper. The Reaper's name is Batroc the Reaper, detained and imprisoned after a brutal duel with Captain America during the retaking of the ship Lemurian Star. French mercenary Batroc the Leaper decided that his gimmick of being really nimble and agile no longer cut it on a modern-day battlefield. Taking on a powerful jetpack and twin pistols, he rechristened himself as Batroc the Reaper, seeking revenge. Well, how appropriate is it that we have a French Reaper here? French mercenary Batroc the Leaper. Is that a thing? Is he a comic dude? I don't know. I am actually not super into the comics side of the Marvel Universe. I do enjoy the movies. Have seen, I think, all but the Hulk ones. I didn't see the Hulk ones partially because I was out of the country at the time, and partially because I heard they were super bad when I got back. So, haven't seen the Hulks, but I think I've seen every other Marvel movie. God, is that true? Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of movies. Anyway, the Lings are already out, as is tradition. The Queen is not quite here yet, as is tradition. We've seen this 100 million times. There is an SCV blocking the potential third base location for Scarlett, which is super mega annoying. Reaper needs to stay alive so he can help with those efforts of blocking the third base. Checking to see if there's one over here. There's not. So traditionally, when's the drone going to come out? The drone's going to try to come out here. The Queens have to come out. Oh, gosh. The Queens have to come out to escort the drone over. Scarlett wants to take a third base now, but can't. Can't do it. Look at this. Getting on up there. Getting some shots off. Lings are trying to knock down the SCV. The block is real, though. And then the Queen finally makes it over here. And the drone should be able to is the operative word there. God, this Reaper staying alive is so nice. So nice for Clem right now, but the hatch does go down. Oh, it does go down. And the Reaper gets on out of there with his own life. Has no kills, but did delay the third base a little bit, and that can matter. Can absolutely matter here. Hellions cruising on in now, too. Trying to join their friend Batroc the Reaper, who has, I think, accomplished his goal thus far. Forced out some Lings, delayed the third base, didn't kill anything, but that's okay. I think it's better to do what he did than it is to kill one Zergling, honestly, which is what a lot of Reapers do. They don't delay the third. And they only get one kill. So, meh. Drones are a different story, though. Drone kills are a big deal. Third base getting hammered on a little bit here. Clem's natural base is super happy. He doesn't have to wall off really fast because there's not a lot of Lings coming on in here. It is a Roach Warren, though. Out of Scarlett, that could be a little bit sneaky. That Roach Warren is pretty early. She's at about, what, 35 workers? Okay. So safety Roaches coming in. Recognizes there could be some Hellbat play, although did scout in with the Overlord and didn't see an armory, so that's not going to be it. So, I don't know. The Roach is going to be aggressive then. You really don't need Roaches this early unless you're planning on being aggressive, unless your opponent is in fact going for a Hellbat Marauder style attack, or just Hellbats, whatever. Something involving Hellbats. Roaches are really good. So, Liberator sets up and is going to try to kill the Queen first, but she's okay with that. The Queen can accept getting shot at. It's part of her job. And Queen range is great, but not that great. Get out of there, Queen. Oh, Queen goes down. Was too busy worrying about these Hellions on the other side here at the third base to do anything else. Hey, Queen down is nice. And that is not, wow, that circle's out. That's really weird range there. Okay, so one drone down and a queen for that Liberator. I don't know. Is that worth it? I don't think it was. I mean, losing one queen hurts Scarlett, but she's got enough to keep her creep spread going all the time. Cancel that tumor. That was nice. Good cancel on that. And yeah, it's Roaches, man, with +1 ground carapace coming in. This feels like a pretty aggressive attack out of Scarlett. Really wants to get Clem taken down a notch before he gets into his, you know, 3-base macro style thing, which Clem is very good at. Very, very good at it. So we'll have to wait and see. 7 drones coming in from Scarlett, so not going crazy with anything aggressive. But Galileo Constitution coming on in here. Really planning on going for these Roaches, which is interesting because Scarlett is one of those players that really still likes to play Ling Bling Muta against Terran. You don't see many players doing that anymore, but Scarlett, one of those keeping that torch alive. And the Canadian Zerg player doing what she can to help that strategy never die, which I appreciate. I like Ling Bling Muta, honestly. I like to play it in my ZBTs from time to time. It's just, I like speed. I like how fast the Lings and the Banelings and the Mulisks are. They can get anywhere they want. Roaches are kind of slow. And I just don't think they hit as hard as Lings and Banelings do, which is fair because they're ranged and Lings and Banelings are melee. So this is a good job by Clem, kind of picking off tumors around the edges here. Creep spread not nearly as good for Scarlett as she would like it to be against a lesser player who couldn't slow her down as much. But third base coming on down for Clem, and is he just going bio? I think we looked at this earlier and saw a lot of barracks and said, yeah, this is just bio, which means the Roaches are not going to be super good. Roaches are good for about the next 5 minutes. Oh, remember what I said about an aggressive play? Yeah, these guys are moving out. These guys are here. These guys are ready to rock. The Marines want nothing to do with this. They're going to retreat in the face of this engagement. Clem is pulling back. Third base is not going to happen at all. Just lifts it. There's one tank on the high ground. So you have an Overlord to come over to provide some high ground advantage here. Ooh, the Hellions all go down, though. The Hellions are down. That's a big deal. Trying to come in before the Ravagers show up, and nope, the Marines can't do that at this stage of the game. Roaches and Ravagers still very, very good, but about the 12-minute mark, they start to lose their effectiveness. So we're on a timer here for Scarlett. Can she kill Clem or do substantial damage before that 12-minute mark hits? She has a lot of time to do it. Armory, go and get sniped down. Bunker, go and get sniped down. SCV's dying here on the front lines. Queens trying to slow waddle their way on up here. And trying to push it back with Marines doing pretty well. A lot of SCVs in the mix here getting taken out, and that's your good game. Scarlett does take game number 1 against the younger 17-year-old Clem. Makes it happen. Roach Ravager attack at about 7 minutes, with the upgrades being a +1 ground carapace and speed for the Roaches. Make some Ravagers get on in here. Hope the Terran is going for a greedy third base and only has 1 tank, and you'll have a good day. Where did that tank go? I'm just realizing now. Here it is. There were no Ravagers yet. It's firing away on stuff. Oh, wait. Ah, the 3 Ravagers that came across got it done. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, then the stack happens, yada, 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 and it's like 35 workers for Clem, and he recognizes that, so he taps out to fight another day. Yeah, so 40,000 or 4,000 resources lost for Clem, 2,500 for Scarlett here in game number 1. 19 SCVs down to 1 drone killed, which is just not enough. It's not going to cut it in the long run, son. You really can't go for those greedy third bases against someone who's aggressive like this. I thought the scouting was good enough for Clem. He had units on the other side of the map, but couldn't quite tell what was going on in time to prevent this from happening. Had the 1 tank, which is definitely not sufficient against this kind of attack, and Scarlett crushes it in game 1. So, all right, we'll be back with game 2 with more stuff for Clem to fight against here. Some of the best players in the world, man. It's not an easy row for you. Not an easy row for you to hoe, Clem, but I believe in you. We'll see you get a couple wins here at the very least. And game 2 is right here. All right, so in this best of whatever, Clem is down 0-1 against his opponents. Here on World of Sleepers, we'll find game 2. It's going to be Neeb versus Clem. Bottom left-hand corner is the American Protoss player Clem. He is blue. And once again, the French Terran player is in the top right-hand corner. World of Sleepers is a very, very large map. It is, oh, hang on. World of Sleepers. Yeah, okay. So Laughing Games and I were casting Africa World 43 over on Laughing Games Africa TV station, or channel, or whatever they call it. And he was trying to remember which map had the minerals that separated you from your third base. And I couldn't remember either, and it's World of Sleepers. So, hey, if you want to see me cast live StarCraft, then go ahead and go to the link in the description and just bookmark it, okay? Every couple of weeks, let's see, every 2 weeks, not on the dot, but roughly every 2 weeks, I cast live StarCraft 2 out there, you guys. I know it's another streaming platform. I know you don't want to go there, but go there for me, okay? All right, it gets kind of lonely over there sometimes when all that I can see are Korean comments that I can't read. Because, you know, Africa TV is a Korean platform first and foremost. But they're trying to grow. And if they grow a lot, then, I don't know, maybe I can actually do some more live stuff for them. And maybe do some GSL. And it's only up from here, you guys. That's how this works. Look at the worker micro here. Heyo. SCVs will win that fight because they can't regen automatically. The probe will not win the fight, but can regen after pulling back. See how those shields are coming in? I see how the shields are coming in here. This is really annoying stuff from Neeb, by the way. I haven't cast a TVP with Neeb in some time, and this is how he is all the time, I assume. Because he's really super annoying versus Zerg with his first probe, too. So Reaper shows up, probe is going to die. There's no stopping that. Reaper is going to move out. Yeah, okay. We'll give this Reaper a name. We can do that. Reaper's name is Merrick Belmont. The once loyal Imperial agent found himself in another reality after being executed by his former Sith Master. After some dirty jobs for the Terran Dominion, he wanted to enter the Ghost program and use his sneaking skills to maybe do some good and eventually find some tech to return to his galaxy. Unfortunately, he got betrayed by Mensk and landed in the Reaper program instead. Armed with familiar weapons and a lot of explosives, he enters the battlefield only carried by a loud jetpack and the hope to maybe not die again. For nothing. Good luck, man. You're going against a Protoss player, and not only that, the best foreigner Protoss player on Earth right now. Yeah, that's what Neeb is. Neeb is the best foreigner on the WCS standings. Phew, it was Showtime last year. It's Neeb this time around. Seems they're just kind of rotating back and forth who the best Protoss foreign hope happens to be, and it is Neeb right now. Go America. Do well in Nation Wars. I want a really good Zerg player to show up and be awesome. If that's cool. I think it's cool. All right, so Marines here. Widowmine coming in. That's a starport. Could definitely be a Widowmine up. Adept shows up, kills a Marine. 2 more Marines pop out and say, hey, this is my neighborhood. You get out of here. Actually, the Adept says, I think I can win this. Especially, oh, maybe not with a Reaper showing up, though. Do an extra DPS. Adept trying to get out while trying to kill the Reaper at the same time. No, nice control by Clem, making sure the Adept dies for her crimes of murdering Dominion personnel. Reaper, still alive. Merrick Belmont. I assume he's some relation to Simon Belmont of Castlevania fame. I'm not into the Castlevania lore. There are a lot of areas my nerdery extends. It does not extend to Castlevania lore. I can kind of sniff out lore that sucks. Let me say that nicer. I can kind of sniff out lore that isn't really well managed and well taken care of by somebody who's actually building lore, when it's really just more of a, I don't know, some video game guys wrote some stories and that's where we are with this. So I'm going to get somebody in the comments just ripping me apart for not understanding how cool Castlevania lore is. That's why I don't care about Star Wars all that much, because Lucas didn't care about this lore all that much. And Disney doesn't either. Everyone has their own agendas with this. It makes me sad. You know who cares about lore, though? A lot of good fantasy authors out there. Brandon Sanderson, that guy knows how to build a world. He knows how to build a world and keep it consistent and keep it interesting and just build it. He's a world builder. Also, J.R.R. Tolkien. That guy is insane. He is the guy that every other world builder tries to be. He just is. The guy, I mean, the story goes that he wrote the Elfish language before even thinking about writing the books. Like, he wrote the language, and then once that was done, he wrote Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion and stuff. He is a crazy dude. He is an entomologist at heart, which just means he loved words. But really good author, too. Pretty darn good story while we're at it. Again, the author that every fantasy author strives to be. Widowmine burrows in. Ooh, Widowmine down. Good control here from Neeb. I'm loving this. Takes down the medevac. Doesn't get hit by the Widowmine. I'm telling you, Clem has a tall order today. I don't know if he's going to win a game. Right? You're clicking on this and you're like, oh, it's a Clem. It's a celebration of Clem. We like Clem. Well, I mean, doesn't mean he's going to win games. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this. I don't know if you want to unload. Oh, gosh, you're going to take tank fire. No, only a Marine down. What a split by Clem there. Yeah, this is a battle. This is a battle of the Titans. Meanwhile, Liberator shows up in the main base, wipes out 6 probes, and then will be killed by the Stalker eventually. Well, someone's going to kill her. I assume she's pretty wounded as it stands. Yeah, these two stalkers are going to get her. Whap, whap. Oh, look who's making Colossus. Neeb's making Colossus. Oh, the juke back inside is so good. Maybe just an evacuation is in order here. Just go. Ooh, the stalker. Oh, no, you want to set up and die instead. All right, that's cool. I can totally support that. Anyway, a Colossus is out, which just means these Marines are like, our lives are worth nothing at the moment. With a Colossus out. Also, the tank will eventually kill the Colossus pretty easily, but it does take a few shots. And in the meantime, all the Marines are dead, and that means the stalkers can get on top of your tank. And that'll be all she wrote. That'll be all she wrote. Oh, Disruptor dropped. Well, sure, we'll take down an SCV and get some damage done on your third base while we're at it. That seems totally fine. Oh, man, can they snipe down? I could think they can snipe that command center if they want. Can we get it? Is there detection? Did Neeb bring an observer? Obviously, he did because he's killing those Widow Mines. All right, cool. Well, the tank fire is problematic. He doesn't like to see that happen. But he is pressuring up while he's taking a third base. All right, he already has a third base back home. That's fine. Widow Mine takes down, or is taken down by a Disruptor with the Purification Nova. And actually, surprisingly, no more Vikings in production here, while more Colossus are on the way from Neeb. So Clem's guessing a little bit that Neeb isn't going to go for additional Colossus here. And boy, is he wrong about that. There's definitely going to be. Now, man, this takes me back to like Wings of Liberty days when PvT was all about Colossus. And, ooh, did he cancel that? He must have canceled that Nova and then just picked up and got out because you recognize that was not going to happen. But yeah, a couple of schools of thought of how to deal with Colossus's Terran. Back in the day, especially, it was Vikings. And then it was just a ton of Marauders, right? Which I think we're seeing here out of Clem. The answer is going to be a ton of Marauders with a super cool-looking skin, by the way. That is a hot-looking skin. Kind of all geometrical and stuff. Anyway, yeah, and then you just kind of snipe off. Is this disruptor shots, man? And they just kind of snipe down the Colossus with the Marauders, kind of like this, actually. Stimming forward, bam, Colossus down. Marauders don't die very fast to Colossus. Although in that case, there were enough stalkers whittling them down that was a big deal. So just had enough. Neeb did to shut that down. His third base is still alive. Clem is trying to land his third base now, but he's so far behind. Purification Nova gets 3 more SCVs up here to the north. Harassment is real right now out of Neeb. He's up to 58 to 44 workers, laddies. Oh, Clem. Clem, how are we going to do this, guy? You know what I think is interesting? He is ranked, I think, what I saw, he was ranked 17th in WCS standings right now. And he's also 17. How fun is that? How fun is that little weird bit of trivia from mid-late 2019 StarCraft scene? Anyways, third base is done. Worker count 61 to 49. Neeb is just up in every possible iteration right now. Going for their Templar Archives. Probably going to go for some Storm against all of this bio. Always very nice, man. This Disruptor has 16 kills. 16 kill Disruptors. Insanity. Dropping on in. Widowmine drops, though. 9 probes go down. Going to drop in the third base as long as nobody's here to defend. Neeb is not paying attention to this. Ow! Jeez, 15 probes down. Just like that. And suddenly Clem has the worker advantage. Can he defend losing his third base, though? The answer is no. He recognizes that, and he's out. These are charge lots. Yeah, they're moving fast enough. There's the charge. And there's the retreat, and Clem is all the way back home. Yes, he killed a ton of probes during that, but he does not have answers to Colossus like this. The Vikings do take down one of the Colossus, which is nice. Another Colossus remaining, but 23 SCVs killed in the process. Immortal here doing damage against the Marauders, doing bonus damage versus those armored dudes. And, oh, man. Is that it? No? Yes? God, did you just reset? Neeb's standing in a little bit longer than I expected him to, and he is pushed back. But he killed 32 SCVs in the process. And did he kill the third? No, the third did manage to retreat all the way to the main base. So the good news for Neeb is he's back up in worker count. He still has 3 bases, and Clem's third does not exist at the moment. Army supply is 35 to 25. This is really low army supply for this stage of the game. That's just how slugfestish this game has been. Zealots coming up the right side. Dun 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 dun. Hiding from the Vikings. I assume these Widow Mines got picked out by stuff. I don't know what killed this one, though. Maybe it picked up and escaped on some level. But yeah, Zealots are so good in PvT just for this run-by scenario. Look at this. You're just like, la la la. I'm gonna run up and kill some reinforcing units, kill some SCVs, have a good time just right inside your mineral line here. What do you want to try to kill me with? SCVs? Good luck with that, friends. Look how many shots it takes Marines and Marauders to kill Zealots, and he just recalls out. He keeps them alive. And that's it. Neeb's your winner. Clem GG's out after that happens. He's like, oh, I lost 5 more SCVs. I know I could come back from this, but it's not going to happen at all. He's tried dropping some Viking harassment. That was getting shut down pretty easily. I mean, I don't know. Shield battery, though. I think shield battery can actually heal through the damage by a landed Viking against a probe. So, well, like I said, this is not going to be an easy road to hoe for Clem, and so far, not super great for him at all. Yeah, I mean, that Widowmine drop was fantastic, but he didn't have enough army on the other side to defend against what Neeb was coming at him with. He had the Colossus, he had the Adepts in the mix, I guess a couple Adepts, but Stalkers mostly, and the one Immortal, and then it's pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. Clem had to defend with the SCVs, lost a ton of workers during that attack. 45 SCVs down and 29 probes down. It was a massacre, but Clem was definitely on the much, much more damaging side of that, and it showed. So Clem not doing super well here against the opponents we've matched him up against, but we're not done yet. We are not done yet. We've got more coming at you, so don't go anywhere. All right, Clem, what you got for us on Disco Bloodbath? It's going to be you versus Harstem. Bottom right, it's Clem, and top left, it is the blue Protoss. This time it is Harstem. A step down from Neeb, at least according to the WCS rankings at this point. But Harstem is a very excellent Protoss player. He's been around a long time, and he knows some pretty good tricks. So, Clem, once again, is facing an excellent Protoss player in a patch where Terran is considered the least, I don't know, least powerful race in the game. Is that fair? I think Terran fans would agree with me. I'm not sure if Protoss or Zerg would, but blah. Recent results from GSL kind of support that, and we'll see what happens at BlizzCon. Probes counting. Well, there's a gateway coming up back home, so it's not going to be a cannon rush here from Harstem. And yeah, the current patch lets me load older replays and use my own interface, but it doesn't show me the times of the replays like it has for, man, a couple of years now. So I have no idea what this is. None at all, unless I look at this file size of the replay, which I didn't, so could have been a cannon rush, but it's not. So it's going to be a 1 gate expand here from Harstem, Nexus going down, and a Reaper here from Clem. No question about it. Reaper's name is Xena, the warrior princess. After millennia of hibernating in the mountains, the warrior princess was found by the UED scientific program. She was sent to the science facility, but on the way she was transferred by mistake into the female Reaper brigade. Using her chakram as a grenade, she seeks her beloved Ares on the edges of the galaxy. Now, I'm going to be honest, I have not watched much Xena in my time. It came out when I was 14 or 15 years old. I wasn't super into it. Didn't like Hercules either, which is kind of the like dude version of Xena. I don't know which came first, actually. I don't know, it really matters, but wasn't really into it. So I don't know what this, like, she's into Ares, I guess? God of War? Is that what we're talking about? I'm not sure what a chakram is either. Is that like chakra? Is that like a philosophical thing? Is Xena into Buddhist teachings? Somebody who knows more about Xena than I do is going to have to hop in here and fix this, because I am super lost, which is fine. All right, so Reaper gets in. Xena, oh gosh, that first hit is so important. The second hit is more important, though. If the Adept can get that thing. Wait, what am I following? Oh, the probe, right. Second shot, and the Adept should be able to escape. Not too shabby there. Clem, on the other hand, he's got a Marine patrolling to make sure no probes can scout on up and harass the creation of this command center. And he's going for a factory and then probably a starport after this. Just more of a 1-1-1 build, and there it is. So nothing too crazy here out of Clem, playing as standard as you can get. I gave up, you guys. I gave up and actually started wearing jeans. It's been a long summer of not wearing shoes and wearing shorts every day. But finally gave in. Started wearing jeans, bought a new pair to celebrate the season, and I am wearing jeans right now, and I wish I was wearing my shorts, but it's cold, man. It's like 42 degrees today. 42 degrees Fahrenheit, because I'm American, and I refuse to learn Celsius. So Reaper trying to see if there's a third base coming up anywhere, or maybe hop on in and kill some probes if necessary. But the Adept is on patrol, and there's not much of an opening there at all. Okay, more Widow Mines here. Medevac coming up. Feels like another Widow Mine style play, which is one thing you can definitely do. Oh, that Reaper is toast. Hey, you know that you're toast, guy? Woohoo! Little jump kill out of the Adept. Nicely done. One kill, but does kill the Reaper and thus passes Xena. Gets a good scout off. Does some harassment. Doesn't really kill anything, though, and passes on into the next life, whatever that is, for Xena. So Widow Mines, boosh, inside the medevac here. Also, a quick plug for the podcast, weekly podcast with myself and Somicron, an Australian. Talk about StarCraft, GSL results. We make bets on professional StarCraft, you guys. It doesn't go well for Somicron most of the time. And actually, he's the most recent episode might post today, actually. Somicron is going to sing a Disney princess song of my choosing, so you might want to check that out. It's pretty fun stuff. Also, we talk about movies and TV shows and books and all sorts of video games and things we're excited about. It's very nerd culture-y. So Stalker down. Ooh, wants another Stalker. Look, bam! Gets 2 Stalkers out of it. And then tries to get on out, which is hilarious because they're not going to. Actually, hold on. They're pretty zippy. Look at the probes coming in. I guess that was the probes just coming back to saturate the main base after fleeing, but yeah, they don't get anything else done. But that was pretty good. 2 Stalkers down for 2 Widow Mines is entirely fair. Meanwhile, what is up here? It's our hiding medevac with 2 more Widow Mines trying to get some stuff done. That base is actually a pretty juicy target right now, if you ask me. Stalker does come over. Can Stalker hit that? I bet Stalker can hit that if Stalker gets right here. Like right here. No? Maybe not. Maybe not. Harstem is also going for Colossus here, just like Neeb did in the previous battle. Twilight Council on Zive. And over in Terranville, really nothing too crazy. Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, Widow Mines, Stim Combat Shield. All the ingredients you need to compete in a high-level TVP that you find yourself in WCS Fall 2019. Third base not coming up from Clem, but again, Harstem's third is happily running, and he's at 60 to 54 workers because Chrono Boost is really good. Stupidly, stupidly good. Observer kind of following this, trying to see if they're actually fainting or if this is a real attack, and this feels like a real attack out of Clem. Kind of liking it, honestly. Oh, he dropped the Widow Mines in. Oh, but there is a cannon here, which means we just need to get out. Get back. Oh, didn't even fire on anything. Pick it up. Okay, fine. I guess we're busy over here wrecking the probes at the third base and trying to take down the Nexus. Pylons down, supply blocking Harstem. That's pretty good. And then stutter stepping forward into the Colossus, which you kind of have to do because they will kill you from range otherwise. Look at him taking down the Colossus. Ah! Clem, I think he just did it. I think he just wiped out the third base. Probes are fighting. That's never good. And good game. Clem is on the board. Woohoo! Nice job. I was worried. I was worried this was going to be like 7 games of Clem just dying. But no, that's not what happened at all. Nice timing, man. Nice timing. Got that combat shield in. Got those concussive shells. Actually, they weren't done yet. Got that stim done. Came in, killed that Colossus. Beautifully done. Sniped both of them off. Stalkers are not the answer there. He had the Marauder count heavy enough to take down those Colossus. Again, that's what matters. Having Marauders is a big deal in situations like this. Marines can't do it. Marauders can. That bonus versus Armored really comes into play. And Harstem just did not have enough in response here. So he got Widow Mine dropped a little bit. Lost a couple Stalkers early. Maybe got a bit too greedy on that worker count. Clem just like, you know what? I'm going to do a bit of a timing attack here with Stim and Combat Shield. Bring my Marauders along. A couple Medevacs. See what we can get done. And then just some fantastic aggressive micro later. He liked what he saw. He went in. He took it. Got the win. Nice job, Clem. All right. More Clem. Stick here for your Sunday series. There's nothing else you want to do right now, is it? Wait, is there? English. Hey, we're on Thunderbird. Top left, Clem. Bottom right, we're back with Scarlett. All right, Clem. Did you learn some lessons from the last game? All right. So I don't know if they played the last game before this one, but I'm going to assume they did, just for the sake of the narrative. Alright, man. TVZ. Liberator harass. Medevac harass. Reaper harass. Hellion harass. Battlecruiser harass. You know what all these things are? Ways that Terrans slow down Zerg. We need to see it, Clem. We need to see some really good harassment on some level against Scarlett here to slow her down. Can you do it, is the question. I don't know. Let's watch. Let's watch together. Barracks on the way. There we go. Hatch from Scarlett at about a 16 hatch, as is tradition. And then the 18 gas, 17 pool, etc., etc. Nothing too crazy here, even in the smallest bit. Anyway, bam. Extractor there. Bam. Pool there. Cool stuff. Did you know? Did you know that Falcon has written a book? You might have. You might have been aware, but I did self-publish a book out on Amazon. If you want a link to the ebook version of it or the audiobook, I can put it in the description. Just let me know in the comments. We can talk about it. It's, you know, just more of a kind of a mystery. There's some time travel involved, which I hate time travel, so the fact that I implemented time travel in a book of mine is interesting. You'll have to see why. It's interesting, I guess, in my opinion, but Reaper on the way is going to be the Grinch. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Emperor Mengsk went to bed expecting tribute. I mean gifts from all his loving subjects. Somehow, though, a green creature came up from the mountain, and the Grinch stole all of Emperor Mengsk's presents, holiday decorations, and even the roast beast. Instead of learning the true meaning of the holiday, the Grinch was captured and sent to the Reaper program. When the Grinch killed his first victim, his heart shrank 3 sizes that day. Well, the Grinch, I don't know, man. It's not a guarantee you're going to get a kill against somebody as good as Scarlett is, defending her drones and her lings. Mostly her drones, especially here, though. Oh, the block, though. Look at the block! This is such a good block. Scarlett wanted a really fast third. No, says the SCV. And the drone has... Oh, blocks. Blocks the drone's attempt to turn into an extractor, and bam, first kill. Heart shrinking 3 sizes accomplished, and Clem does exactly what you need to do here. Killing drones, slowing down third bases, doing all manner of shenanigans to make sure the Zerg is not happy or comfortable in the slightest. Oh, get the tumor, got the tumor! Dang, the Grinch? Is that another 3 sizes down or what? Now the Queen has to slow walk down here. Can't even use creep because the creep tumor died. Clem is being so sneaky with this. Meanwhile, Zerglings did cruise across the map later than usual, which is why this is really weird stuff. SCVs have to come off the line to handle it. Oh, that's so annoying. Ooh, and the SCV actually built an engineering bay down here. That's so mean. Oh, the Hellions aren't even here yet, though. They're trying to come in. The Marines trying to deal with these dudes. Oh, Clem, you were doing so well until these lings snuck in. So well until these lings snuck in, man. KD8 charge. Woo! Actually, didn't knock the Queen away. Tragically, Hellions zooming down here. Can they stop the third base from happening? I don't know, man. Scarlett is actually not really saving up resources for this. Hop in the main. Go. Queen. Sturm it. Wait. Alive. Reaper not dead yet. Reaper trying to juke around the other way. Oh, still alive. Oh, this is amazing. Third base is coming up for Scarlett up to the north. Hellions do get into the natural base, trying to roast up some drones in exchange for the dead SCVs on the other side. And that's a pretty good lineup. Pretty good lineup there. Line them up. Line them up. 6 drones down. Bam, sucker. All right, 8 drones killed. Okay, Clem has managed to pull back. He's managed to pull back in this game. We're okay. Everything is just fine. Overlords do have speed because the Overlord upgrade for speed is super cheap and pretty readily available no matter what for Zerg, so might as well get on here and do your scouting anyway. And he's going to see nothing too crazy, honestly. Maybe additional Hellions, but Queens should handle that no problem. Third base here for Scarlett, not saturated. It is 32 to 35 workers, not nearly ahead as she wants to be. That third base is late. Trying to saturate it now, but lair coming in. That's a pretty quick lair out of Scarlett. About 40 workers. Okay, fair enough. I guess 4.5, 5 minutes makes a little bit of sense here. On that lair timing, Overlord trying to scout on in, but the Marine says, get out of my neighborhood. Queens stabbing away at the Liberator, making sure that she doesn't do a whole lot. Lings are like, all right, 2 Hellions we can get. 4? No. Not as much. Liberator jumps back in. Does take down a queen, but also dies in the process. That's probably a fair trade for Scarlett. And none of those Hellions died during that engagement. That's pretty good. Scarlett has to make more Lings to defend against future Hellion attacks. She'd rather be making drones, but she'll make Lings if she has to, and that slows her down. Meanwhile, Clem is working on double engineering bays, which feels very bio to me. Yeah, it's a lot of barracks. It's a lot of barracks. Third base is being built inside the wall here. In about 5.5 minutes, creep spread in. Looking okay for Scarlett. Really could probably get on that a little bit more like right now, as that is ready to go. Ready to pop, but more interested in killing these rocks, and you do that because tanks can set up here, especially in TVZ, because, you know, that's the only race that has tanks, and just fire down here, and it's really hard to attack them. You have to go around the outside, and high ground. It's rough. It's a tough place, so killing these rocks is definitely a priority. Working on 1-1 for the Lings and the Banelings is Scarlett. Clem, on the other hand, has Marines, has a tank, has some Hellions. Did he repair his Hellions? I think he repaired his Hellions, guys. That's pretty good. We don't see that a lot. Clem, recognizing the repair cost for a unit is far and away less than the building a new cost of a unit. So loving that. All right, so fourth base coming up at Scarlett's third base, where she wanted to take her third anyway. And everything's fine. Marines, tanks, Hellions, medevacs, centrifugal hooks on the way from Scarlett, and Aspire. So yeah, this could be Ling Bling Muta or Corruptor Baneling Zergling, which I'm a total fan of too. I kind of like Corruptors more in a lot of situations. They're better at killing medevacs than Mutalisks are, and that's kind of a big deal. I know the Mutas can attack the tanks, and the Corruptors can't, but once you kill medevacs, I think that's the most important thing in this composition, is killing the medevac. Once those are dead, everything else can be cleaned up pretty easily by ground units. So here we go, pushing in, recognizing these rocks are already gone. Doesn't like the position. Is he sending those tanks home? Wow, he's just going to send the tanks home. He's like, I'm going to try to do this with Marines, rather. And Scarlett shoves it away with the Lings and the Banelings, as is tradition. Comes back around, tries to kill some of these tumors, making this high ground a little bit harder for the Zerg player to get to. And then trying to kill an Overlord, but Overlords with speed are actually pretty hard to chase down for Marines. Oh, the Transfuse and the bait. That was a bit of a bait situation there. A lot of upgrades coming in along the right side. A lot of upgrades for the units involved right now. Lings, Banelings, and Marines. Centrifugal hooks here for the Banelings as the speed kicks in. They start rolling. Third base done for Clem. Factory here. Not going for crazy factories, though, right? Just still Marines, still bio. Nothing nuts there. And it is Mutalisks from Scarlett. So the Spire pops 5 Mutas in production. Not having any Widow Mines seems like a bit of a problem here. Did he scout the Spire?
Ready for dust off.
He doesn't know the Spire exists. That's a problem. He is going for Drilling Claws, though, so maybe he knows. I guess, I don't know. Widow Mines are good against Lings and Banelings anyway. Also happen to be really good against Mutas, but I'm not sure that's what he's doing it for here, because again, he doesn't know about the Spire. Could be a Lingbane Hydra style thing, but tanks setting up. That is 4 tanks setting up here. This is really scary stuff. Baneling's not doing a whole lot. Ling's trying to engage from the top side and the bottom side. Hellbat's in the mix, trying to absorb the Lings for the most part, but end up getting killed there. Tanks still firing. Army supplies 61 to 48 in favor of the Terran player. He backs everyone into a corner, massacres the Lings. The Mutas can't engage with this. The Queens go down, and good game, Clem. Clem does manage to win a game against Scarlett after dropping that first game to her, but nice timing attack again. This really does seem to be Clem's forte, doesn't it? These little timing attacks where 1-1 is finishing up, bring some tanks along if it happens to be a Zerg, and get some medevacs in the mix, and then just really superior Marine control. 7 kills on that Marine. It's pretty effective stuff. 4, 5, 2, 1. Medevacs healing a bunch there. No medevacs died in this game. That's humongous. Keeping those alive is a big deal. And yeah, resources lost here, 4,800 to 2,500. Scarlett just didn't have enough. And I think a lot of that really honestly came down to those Hellions roasting up all of those Zerglings and no Hellions going down, forcing Scarlett to remake those Lings, taken away from her resources and her larva, and slowing her down for the rest of the game. So nice job, Clem. Good control. Scarlett took down these rocks, trying to make it a little bit easier to defend this kind of an attack, but Clem just was better there with the timing. Not enough Banelings present. The target firing was good. The Mutas were not a good idea either against this number of Marines. And Clem takes it. All right, some more. We have more Clem. Maybe 2 or 3 more games today under Sunday series. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are, hit that like button. Really helps me get visibility on the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, we'll be right back. All right, Clem, we're back against Neeb. What you gonna do the second time? All right, man. Top left on Acropolis, it is Clem. Bottom right, it is Neeb. Boy, Clem sure came back, right? From 0-2 to 2-2. I have a lot of hopes for Clem here against Neeb, but I don't know. Neeb's a pretty great player, and he's doing pretty well these days, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, all right. What are we doing? I don't know. We're singing songs. Nothing crazy is happening, so Falcon is singing along to the music is what he's into. Also looking at things like these trees. Huh. Interesting way to do like a pine tree over here. Just kind of like swirl some green around it. It's not really how trees work, but from a distance, it's a tree, right? You never noticed that before, did you? I don't think you did. So probe here to be annoying and generally make Clem's life super miserable for a bit. But Reaper on the way. Reaper's name is Robert. There once was a man who was the fastest gunman in the West. But let me tell you true. The greatest gunman, Robert, who is the best, fires bullets that are see-through. Now, some of us think he's crazy, firing a gun that's not really there. But Robert still fires his imaginary gun and his bullets made of air. Hey, that was a limerick. That was pretty much a limerick, yeah? Not bad. I don't know who that was. Oh, that was by Moose Changer Pat. Moose Changer Pat coming through. Writing a limerick for me to do. That was pretty good. I was worried. That wouldn't really line up, but then it totally did. So thank you so much, Moose Changer Pat. Appreciate it on the Reaper name there. Quachunk, bunker on the way from Clem. Really trying to make sure that any early aggression is shut down pretty handily. Like, for example, I was going to say an adept. That's not an adept, that's a pro, but this is an adept. So bunker's pretty good, actually. Getting some nice shots off on adepts and keeping your Marines safe and sound in the meantime. Is that a command center? No, it's a factory. Okay, for a second I thought that was a third. I'm like, that's a really fast third. That's like a Zerg timing third, man. Get inside the bunker. Robert got inside the bunker. Nicely done. And the SCV gets inside the bunker too. How nice. How nice that happens. Wants to delay the construction of this base as much as possible, but nope, not going to be able to do it. Adept has taken too much damage already, is waiting for friend. Natural base needs to come up. I don't know how important this is for Clem, but it's really important for Clem that the base come up. No! It doesn't happen after all. Yeah, took it down, suckers. All right, so one adept goes down. Base finishes. SCV goes to work. And adept cancels that shade. Okay, so 2 SCVs down, delaying the base a little bit. Meanwhile, Neeb is happily sitting on a Nexus back home in his natural base. Got ourselves a robotics facility coming up. With an observer, recognizing the threat that Widowmine drops happen to be. And here we go. Yeah, double Widowmine here with the starport coming up. This definitely feels like more Widowmine drops. Clem's had some pretty good success with those in the past, so might as well keep going back to that well. Reaper trying to see if there's a third Nexus anywhere, and that'd be crazy. Oh! Stalker, you just had to hold the wall there. What are you doing? That was, oh, see, even that happens to Neeb, right? You think it's a wall, but it's not. Tragic, really. How many? Probe down. All right. I mean, you're going to die back here, but you got a probe. That's nice. Okay, and got the scout off. Did see the double gateways here. Saw the robotics facility. And recognize there's a lot of options a robo facility can give you, but at least knowing that it's there, not a Stargate opening or something, is nice. You don't have to waste stuff on missile turrets. Because it's not oracles. At all. Yeah, so we're going to try Widowmine drops. Observers should be in defensive positions to stop this from happening. Observer, I need you to stay in this general locale. Can you do that? No? Okay, bye. I hope your detection is not needed later on, perhaps to defend against a Widowmine drop. But we got an Adept coming. Oh, this Observer's up here too. All right, so this one is hanging out in general vicinity of the natural. That's nice. So Adepts come in. They don't have Resonating Glaives or anything. They're just killing the SCVs on gas to slow down the gas income. Maybe go after a mule or two, but then the Marine count was really scary, and that didn't end up happening. But coming on in, there's a Stalker and a Sentry trying to stop this Widowmine from dropping. Oh, nice dodge. That Widowmine didn't get anything done because it actually fired on the Assimilator. God. Medevac, not going to get out of here. Neither is the Widowmine. So 2 probes down. That was really well defended by Neeb. And Warp Prism thinking about going in there again, but really shouldn't at this stage. This is a lot of bio out of Clem. Fantastic amount of bio, to be honest with ya. Third base on the way from Neeb, warping in about 5.5, 6 minutes there. We'll call that good. Still no sign of a third base out of Clem, which I think bodes well for him. If he goes for more of a 2-base style attack and Neeb's on 3 bases, I think Clem can get some stuff done here. Man, the Adepts, though, putting in some work. 3 SCVs down and not saved. War Prism does not save that Adept, unfortunately, but Stim's finishing up. +1 is finishing up. These timings are sacred and eternal to Terrans in TVP. The ability to go for these timing attacks against Protoss, that's been a thing for a very long time. Back to Wings of Liberty. Back to Brood War, honestly. Hey, look, it's a Colossus. Clem knows how to handle those. Does he have enough Marauders, though? No, he has 2 Marauders. That's not enough. So he's trying to stim forward and take this sucker down, but the kiting is pretty incredible. And, okay, the Colossus goes down, but there's a lot of Protoss here otherwise. Trying to bait them into the Widowmines a little bit. Oh, Hallucinated Phoenix here to bait the Widowmine shot. Nice. Really nice play by Clem. Third base is getting harassed, but there's not enough DPS here to actually kill it, even with the Widowmine shot. So a couple Stalkers die, but overall, I think that was a successful play from Neeb. Holds on to the third base, doesn't die to anything. Widowmine gets a shot off on the Warp Prism, though. Ouch. Almost killing it, but bruising it to the point that a second shot will definitely kill it. Neeb still going with Colossus, man. Extended Thermal Lance is almost done. Might as well make more Colossus if you had that upgrade, right? And heavier Marauder production? Not really. I guess no. 2 Marauders to 2 Marines at a time right now. Out of Clem is pretty heavy Marauder production, all things considered. Working on +1 infantry armor, working on combat shield. Trying to jump on into the main base. And alright, Army really out of position to stop this from happening. Widowmine's on the ramp, firing on that Zealot. So much easier to kill a Zealot when it has been Widowmined. Another Widowmine shot. Stalkers are in trouble. Colossus dealing with the Widowmines that have already fired that are not being cloaked anymore. Stalkers trying to warp on in, and Clem says time to get out. That's too many Stalkers. The Colossus is a problem for me. Gonna maybe try to do a Widowmine drop here in the... Ooh! At the third base, but no! Medevac ends up in the water. I don't think have I seen that before? I don't know. Clem's third base is coming in. A little bit late, though. Neeb is sitting happily on 63 to 51 workers. Income is favoring Neeb, even though mules exist, and mules are very good. Not super great here for the Marines and the Marauders against these Colossus. Yeah, Neeb's army just looks a little bit tankier. Those medevacs are all pretty dead at this point in time. Concussive Shell would be nice, and it is on the way, but it does take a while to finish as well. So, man, Colossus kiting is so stupid good. What is this? Oh, big Widowmine drops in the main base. Nicely done. I know the medevac's going to get out of there, at least for the time being. That was nice. 13 probes getting killed there. Now Clem has a nice worker lead. And maybe going to drop at the third base. There's really not much there defending over right now, but I guess the Widowmines are on cooldown, so there's not much use in dropping them at this stage anyway. No tanks. Some Vikings are now in production. I guess we have one out with a couple more coming on in here too. Those medevacs really should be healed up. Is he bringing over? Oh, he's bringing over SCVs to repair them. Clem, you repair your units. You take care of your units. Oh, that's so good. That is so good to see. Actually, hold on. He repaired one of them. The other two are not as healthy. He needs them now, though. Maybe you can repair them while they're healing and hanging out down here. There we go. So SCV's healing up. 3 Colossus is so scary. Neeb's on 90 to 72 army supply. Oh, that's a choke you don't want to attack into. Those Colossus. What? Yeah, Neeb is just taking ownership of this position right now. Clem doesn't want to go in there. Neeb doesn't really want to go in here all that much either, as you can see, because of the surround potential like this, but that is so much. That is so much Protoss. The chaos is real right now, ladies and gentlemen. Stalker count is really high, though. The Vikings are trying to snipe down. They get the War Prism. They're going after the Colossus now, but the Stalkers are finishing them off. It's 70 to 46 army supply. Clem's third base is in the absolute toilet right now, and that was just a stomping. Clem with the GG. Neeb wins it. Going 2-0 against Clem in this little series today. Nicely done by Neeb. 26 SCVs killed. Colossus count was just too high. There weren't enough Vikings. There weren't enough Marauders. Army supply was just overall way too much at the end of the day. 11 kills on that Colossus. All the other Colossus died, but that's okay. Neeb had enough otherwise to win the game. 36 SCVs down, 17 probes killed, but again, Neeb taking taking advantage of the situation. All right, man. We got more. I think we're going to wrap up with maybe another Harstem and maybe another Scarlett. I really want to see a tiebreaker between those two, but don't go anywhere. We have more StarCraft coming for you on your Sunday. We're back on Triton for more Harstem versus Clem. Bottom right, Clem. Top left, Harstem. All right, what else do I have to tell you guys about real quick while there's a slow point? We got the podcast. Oh, yeah, so we have a merch store as well. Hats, shirts, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, bracelets, and more. And one just in time for the holidays that I laughed uproariously at when I first saw it. So click on the link in the description and you can figure out which one that was. Supply depots being lowered. I just realized something. Okay, so supply depots just like generate supplies and weapons and maybe gas and stuff for the army, right? So what happens when it's lowered? Can you, I mean, does it go underground? Or can you really pack that much processing and supply power into a flat square? Dun dun dun! Lore questions with Falcon. Making you think on your Sunday today. You didn't think you'd be thinking. You didn't think there'd be thinking, right? Aha! Alright, so where are we with this? Gateway expand. From Harstem, Clem going for the Reaper. Reaper's name is, stick with me on this, Bo. The hero, Bo, was on his quest to save Hair. What? When he came across the Terran Dominion trying to expand to one of the planets ruled by Baldy Ball IV. Thinking he was fighting more of the Empire's tyrannical rule, he declared, I am Bo. Began to whip the tanks across the battlefield with his nose hairs. Sadly for Bo, he was soon captured by the Dominion forces, and not knowing what else to do with the hair enthusiast, they put him on trial where he was sentenced to the Reaper program. Now, Bo has had his nose hairs shackled, and in order to win his freedom, he must fight in the Dominion army. He's all the way over here, isn't he? Yep, we're going to call him Bobo, because that makes a lot more sense. SCV scouts in, see what's going on, and the Reaper's like, aha, there's nothing here yet. Okay, there's ended up finishing literally right now. Free shot! Oh, that's not good. You don't want to wander up past a gateway that's being chrono boost. The odds that an Adept will pop out and shoot you in the back of the head are just too high. There's that next shot. Ugh. Bobo's not getting anything done at all. Clem going for the second command center. As you do. And a factory Twilight Council. Wrapping up here from Harstem. What's he doing with it is the question. We get Blink. Do we get Resonating Glaives? No. We do nothing with it. Oh, just kidding. There's a Dark Shrine on the way. Where's that? Oh, down here. Hiding a Dark Shrine is Harstem. Okay. All right. I'm down. Did I mention that that I finished watching Letterkenny just in time for the new season to start in October. So that's fun. Actually, it's already October. So like this month. Hey, how about them apples? This month, we get some more Letterkenny. So excited for Letterkenny. It's just, I don't know, man. Again, not for kids. It's pretty darn profane in a lot of ways, but otherwise, I just like it. It's tightly written. It's intelligently written. It's entertainingly written. The characters are fun. It gets a little repetitive after watching 5 seasons in like a month. You kind of... There's some of the same gags are done over and over, and I kind of get tired of the straight-up wordplay ones. I'm not a huge fan of puns in the first place. They do it every once in a while. Just not really big into it, but anyway, Letterkenny, not bad. Also, I started watching The Boys on Amazon Prime, which is... I don't want to spoil anything. Again, super not for kids. Like, super not for kids. But, what it is... As the Reaper tries to come in for the Scout, and nice, actually misses on the KD Etriard, but slows down the Stalker anyway. I don't know how to explain it to you without spoiling things. Dang. Let's just say it is kind of an adult take on The Incredibles. How about that? DT comes in, gets a kill, and then gets wrecked. You have more DTs? Not that I can see. Not around here. So yeah, superhero motif. Definitely rated MA. Or whatever you call it in your country where you live. But yeah, Amazon Prime. I tried watching... I tried watching Fleabag. Because my sister's been trying to get me to watch that for a while. And it did win some Emmys. Which, I mean, I don't know. Sounds like it's pretty good stuff. I also tried watching Ozark on Netflix. But I had the same problem with both of those shows, wherein I didn't like anybody on either of those shows. I need somebody I'm rooting for. I need somebody I can relate to who's not just abjectly evil or super incompetent. And the first episodes of Fleabag and the first episode of Ozark is like, I don't like anyone here. Not a single person is someone I can relate to or like, period. So I was out. And then The Boys is what I'm watching instead. So I might go back to them. We'll see. We'll see if I'm in a better mood. More apt to getting into those shows. But yeah, so much TV. So much TV these days. Amazon has entrenched itself as a solid provider of good TV, which... Did we really need another Netflix? I don't think we did. Oh, and The Royal Gemstones. I tried watching The Royal Gemstones too. Same thing. That's on HBO. I don't like anybody. I literally don't like anyone on that whole show after watching one episode. Like, you need to give me someone to root for. I've said this before. I need to have somebody to root for in the TV shows that I watch. And if you give me nobody to root for, I'm out. I don't want to watch bad people, stupid people, evil people, incompetent people doing things just because. It doesn't entertain me. That doesn't mean there can't be... Alright, Clem is attacking on in here, though. Takes down... Ye Old Immortal. Widowmine firing on one of those Stalkers, moving up into the natural base. Why not at this stage? Kind of getting trapped a little bit. The Stalker count is fairly high. Another Widowmine shot gets everything off there. Nicely done. And Clem decides to pull on out there. I'm not saying there can't be irredeemable people in your movies and your TV shows. Like, I get that. There have to be bad guys. There have to be villains. There have to be anti-heroes. I understand. Like Breaking Bad, right? Breaking Bad, you start out rooting for Walt, and then eventually he just loses you. But you always have Jesse. You always have Jesse to root for. Like, he was just trying to bring his life back together, and then Walt ruined it. So, at the very least, you have that going on. You got AC Schrader doing stuff. I don't necessarily like him as a human being, but I can root for him and the values that he holds. So that's how TV works for me. Enough TV ranting from Falcon. But, yeah. So where are we with this game? Clem's down in worker supply. He's way up in armored supply, which is nice. His third base gets denied and delayed by these Dark Templars. Good crap, man. These DTs are doing some stuff. This Dark Shrine is getting some serious work done today. Burning scans on DTs instead of on mules is a major win for Harstem here. But the third base eventually gets finished, kind of. My gosh, DT's in here again. Is that... Hold on, is that DT have 8 kills? Get out of the warp prism, man. You're gonna die in there. Get out so I can check your kill count. And again, because so much gas has been spent on DTs, there's no splash damage here. There's Immortals and Zealots and Stalkers, which is good, but not enough. Okay, unload here. All right. 6 kills! Not bad. 6 kills on that dude, and Harstem is pushing Clem back up here to the north. So Clem getting shoved away. Again, army supply, 58 to 31. He should have more with which to kill the Protoss right now, and he does. All of it's here, though. They're grouping up. They're getting together now. Harstem is making a Robotics Bay for that splash damage he knows he needs eventually, but does not have right now because the DTs were taking up a lot of his resources. Look, more DTs. This one's like not even... Oh, hang on. He saw it. Oh, he saw the shimmer. He saw the shimmer and glimmer is what he did. Attack at the front. Dropping Widow Mines at the back, like in this multi-pronged shenaniganry here. And, nope. Okay, 1 Widow Mine drops. And kills and stuff. 6 probes die there. Are you kidding? Wow. Widow Mines to deal with the Zealots, and then the rest of the Protoss army should go down. Big time hits. Big time hits there. Liberator setting up shop. The threat of Clem is really big right now. 65 to 46 army. Those Widow Mine shots really whittle down that Zealot count. There's only 1 of them remaining. Immortals are kind of scary, but against Marines and Marauders, not super the worst. Actually, is this more... Okay, Zealots made it down here to the 3rd, but enough army to shut that down. Clem's Liberator is going to try to siege forward here. No, more DTs coming out. Clem is forced to spend scans so much. Or, you know, you could just make a single Raven. That seems like a possibility, but then you can't double pump Liberators, so that's not very fun. Is it? Is it very fun, Mr. Jones? I don't know who Mr. Jones is. Maybe Dr. Jones, like an Indiana thing? Ghost Academy on the way. EMP is not too shabby here in the PvT scenarios. Healing up a bunch of these defensive units at the 3rd base. Harstem decides he's comfortable pushing out. He's got a pretty decent army size. And a Disruptor. So the dodging, let the dodging commence here. Widow Mines, not really firing there. Novas. Catching both the Widow Mines, though. Nice snipe by Harstem. Got a single Marine checking that 4th base that's warping on in. Chasing the Protoss army back. Force fields. Keeping the pursuit back home here a little bit. Zealots getting into the natural base with a DT. Not even bothering to go against the missile turret. He's just like, you know what? We're fine. We're just going to kill SCVs back here with full detection on me. If you're into that sort of thing, does end up going down. The Zealots die too. This Marine is like has a dream. And is going to take down this 4th Nexus by himself or just die horribly. Which is a better option. This pylon finally gets scouted out. Clem's like, where are these Zealots and DTs coming from? Well, it's there. And over here, maybe eventually, at some point. But Clem, 97 to 72 army supply. He's had the army supply advantage. He just hasn't been able to do much. Hey, look. We're looking on the... oh, it's the upgrade. Nice split on that. Nice split against that Nova, by the way. But the Ghost EMP Shockwave, like expanded Shockwave, I want to say it's called. It's a good upgrade. We've seen it used from time to time. Are there seriously more Zealots in the 3rd base? EMPs on those guys, but still enough to wreck your house. Clem pushing on in with what he has right now, not bringing his whole army back. That's what a bad player does. But 8 SCVs killed. And trying to stand on in. Novas against these ground armies, taking down the Widow Mines to some extent. Colossus doing some work back here too. Does have 4 kills. Extended Thermal Lance is not done yet. Clem is actually pushing in to take down that Colossus. Zealot's coming in from the right side and a DT in the mix too, trying to clear out these Terran units. Clem doesn't like what he sees, picks up and gets the heck on out. So pretty good damage done, man. 69 to 28 army supply. He's trying to drop on... Oh, that's drop on the 4th base. Why not at this stage? Probes going down, trying to Nova this group. Nice pick up, and it doesn't get anything. The Stalkers do take down an essentially full medevac. 2 medevacs going down there. The Stalkers can't handle this, but the Zealots coming in can clean it up and save that Stalker's life. He should be sending them Christmas cards for the rest of all eternity, which again, how much longer the Stalker lives might not be to the end of this game, so maybe not as many Christmas cards as you would expect. Zealot sneaking on down the right side. There's a Widow Mine, though. And the Zealot is gone. Like it's magic. Abracadabra. Little punch drunk. It's getting a little bit late here on your Sunday. You're watching it in the morning, probably, but it is late here last Sunday. Novas have been really good at picking Widow Mines out of the ground. Is he just sacking this base? No. He's pulling the probes away because they are in danger. Nope, he's sacking it. All right. Goodbye, 4th base. 4th base for Clem. Hello. Well, I'm doing pretty well here, guys. Liberator, no. Tries to get some more probe kills over here. Gets taken out by a few stalkers. Armor supply still 94 to 58. Clem is being extremely patient. He's happy to kill that 4th base and take a 4th base of his own behind it. Trying to keep Harstem on 3 bases is not a bad goal to have, as we're getting mined out in all of these locations. More DTs in production. When in doubt, go for that stuff. Clem is starting his 3-3. EMP range is great. Is he going to toss one down here is the question. He's trying. Ooh, steady targeting on his Zealot. Ah! Oh, last second split. That was sick by Clem. That's what it was. Disruptor gets picked off there. Nice target firing by Clem. Pushing on in here. He doesn't like, I mean, Colossus he's not really afraid of. It would seem, look at this. Every time there's been Colossus, he's attacked right on into it. Never mind, we're good. Liberator's causing some problems. The Stalker's just getting right on into it, though, and wrecking them pretty effectively here. Oh, single Colossus remaining. Did Clem just do it? Yeah! Clem takes down Harstem 3-3 today. Nicely done. Again, I was worried about this kid. I was honestly worried about him in the early stages of the Sunday series, but he's really managed to figure this out exceptionally well. So, man, beautiful, beautiful stuff there out of Clem. Resources lost, 21,000 for Harstem, 14,000 for Clem. I mean, Clem did not get out of this unscathed. He lost 25 SCVs, 22 Widow Mines, 3 Ghosts, 76 Marines. And then Harstem ended up losing all 3 Colossus, 60 Zealots, a Nexus, and 21 probes himself. So Clem even lost more SCVs than Harstem lost probes, and it was okay. He came back and did not die. Well executed. All right, good stuff. Let's go ahead and let's do one more. Let's do one more for Clem. Can he win more games than he loses today in our Sunday series? We're going to put him up against Scarlett for the final game here, which it's a tall order, but if he can do it, he can go 4-3 against some really, really stiff competition, which I'd be super impressed with. We'll see. I don't know what we're going to do, but it's definitely going to be Scarlett. We'll be right back. Does Clem have it in him to take down Scarlett and go 4-3 today in his Sunday series? I don't know. Well, let's find out. Bottom right-hand corner, Clem. Top left, Blue Zerg, Scarlett. This is pretty chill Terran music. I like it. I'm actually swaying back and forth to it right now, which you can't see. If you want to see what it looked like when I'm live casting, I mean, I guess I don't do that, though. I guess I don't cast anything with the camera on. I play Carbot on Twitch, though, with the camera on. That's the other thing. I guess I'm on twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin every few days. Well, like 3 times a week, I guess is the more accurate way to say it. I am playing the Carbot Brood War campaign out there now, which has been a ton of fun. So come hang out with that. And, oh. I just realized I never did that today. I was totally going to stream Carbot on Twitch, and I totally forgot because I was doing Africa. I don't usually do Africa on Sundays, and I was planning on doing Carbot after. And then I just got caught up in some other stuff. Oh. I'm sorry, everyone. Well, come watch next time. Come watch next time. Twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. We do World of Warcraft Classic out there. Me and Somicron do. We do 2v2 StarCraft Ladder, which is tons of fun. Anyway, Reaper on the way. Reaper's name is Jack B. Nimble. Jack B. Nimble was an Olympic high jumper who'd always been good at setting records for the high jump and jumping hurdles, and like any good dictator, Emperor Mengsk had a strange fascination with Guinness records. Seeing that Jack B. Nimble was so skilled at jumping, he decided this man was perfect for the Reaper program and had him immediately enlisted. Now he has to outrun enemies of the Dominion, and when he can't outrun them, he has to jump cliffs to escape them. Jack now wonders if perhaps he chose the wrong line of work and should have instead been a biathlon athlete, so perhaps he'd have been enlisted in the Marines instead. I don't know the lifespan of a Marine is any longer than it is in a Reaper, but I don't know. Science. Let's figure that out, guys. What was something else? Something else I wanted to know about StarCraft. I actually have a working theory where, especially in ZVP, if the Zerg loses around 10 workers in the first 10 minutes of the game, they don't win the game. They can't. They're too far behind. It's like almost not even worth playing out. It's weird, right? What a weird concept. That's all Protoss has to do, and then they win. I mean, it's not all. The Protoss can't lose a ton of stuff on the other end. They can't, like, pull their probes and kill 10 drones and call it good, right? But, I mean, it's been happening. I cast an entire best of 7 between a laser and Gung Fu Banda. Or Banda? I don't know how to say that name. Somebody in the comments knows Gung Fu Banda. But, yeah, every game that Gung Fu Banda got 10 or more probe kills on, or drone kills on a laser, he won. So how nuts is that? Anyway, third base does go down. It is delayed. You want to get started before the 3-minute mark, but whatever. There's nothing you can do at this point. Are these... Okay, Hellions. I was like, that's not more Reapers, is it? Definitely not. So Hellions coming across. Queen should be able to handle that no problem. Scarlett is just droning up. Not really worried about higher tech at this stage. You can defend with Lings and Queens for a distressingly long time. At least as far as the other races are concerned, it's a distressingly long time, but... Overlord, cruising on in, cruising for a bruising, is what he's doing. Hellions, Kitty 8 charging both of those Queens, doing 10 flat damage against them. Vikings in production, or one Viking rather, to deal with the scouting Overlords, because right now he's got a full view of everything that's going on inside Terran Command, which is super frustrating to the Terran Commander here, Clem. Queen's moving out across creep. Just trying to make sure the Hellions can't get in here and snipe this creep tumor too easily. And that one might be in trouble. Let's see if the Hellions and Reaper catch it. Oh, they stop. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's canceled. I think it might have gone down. Tough to say. Really tough to say. Clem doing a good job keeping his Hellions alive. You want those for map control. If those things die, Lings can get across and start harassing stuff and scouting everything, and you're going to have a bad time. But third command center on the way here from Clem. I don't know about this. We saw this in the first game between these two players. Clem went for a really fast third and did not have the ability to handle a big roach attack out of Scarlett. But Scarlett doesn't have a roach warren. It's just going for a lair at about 4.5 minutes, which is fairly standard timing, and looks like it's just going for more macro style, which shouldn't be able to punish Clem as a result. But here goes nothing. Pushing on in, medevac. Ready to go. Is there an armory? The answer is yes. Okay, so get transports these into Hellbats. Oh, he's doing it both sides. Ready? I've died to this before. Hellbat transformation. Hellbat transformation. Going to the third. Going to the main. You don't have roaches. It's just Queens here. Oh, medevac sniped down, though. That's really important to winning this thing. Oh, this is so hard to deal with. The Queens are a pretty good answer to it. But a lot of drones are going to go down in the meantime. Oh, they're blocked in. They're blocked in. No, the Queen is keeping them from getting out. No. Oh, 16. That might just be it. This might just be dead Scarlett after all of that drone massacre. How many kills did you have? 2 and 1. You guys are slackers. Those Hellbats that are dead got way more kills than you did. Look at these Lings trying to dance in here and not get barbecued alive. Okay. 18 drones killed in the first 5 minutes. I don't know that Scarlett's going to win this game. My theory is not as strong in ZVT as it is in ZVP. So I'm not calling it for Clem yet. Considering that Clem only has 45 workers and Scarlett still has 53. That's kind of insane to me, to be honest with you. Clem, I feel like, should have more, but mules are good. Mule income is actually allowing him to keep up with Scarlett on the mineral stuff. But more Hellions are out, and we definitely have Cyclones. And if you see more Hellions after you killed like 8 Hellbats, you know it's going to be Cyclones. You know it's going to be mech of some kind. I guess you don't know it's going to be Cyclones, but it definitely could be standard mech with Thors and tanks and Hellions. Or it could be race car mech with Hellions and Cyclones. But either way, it's going to be mechy here. So interesting stuff. I like what we're seeing out of Clem. Going for Magfield Accelerator because you need that upgrade. If you're going race car mech, if you're just making a couple Cyclones for base defense, don't worry about it. But if you're trying to make a lot of Cyclones, that upgrade really stacks and starts to cause tons of damage when you have, 8 Cyclones locked onto a hatchery, for example. It will go down fairly quickly. So Roach Warren coming in, Infestation Pit coming in, and Aspire. Scarlett pretty happily on 3 bases here. 67 workers at 7 minutes. Doesn't seem too slowed down. Although, at this stage, yeah, I mean, Scarlett being left alone should be closer to maxed out than this at 7 minutes. So, the slowdown is real. Maybe Hellbat. I was going to say, a Hellbat transformation here with some Cyclones. That base is toast. Scarlett's 4th is not going to come up. The Banelings do explode, but nice splits. Ah! The splits are gorgeous. Ling's trying to come in here. Cyclone on these queens, but the transfuse is keeping the queens alive. However, Clem still able to dance back in. How much energy do these queens have? Is it infinite is the question. I don't know, but saves the hatch. That's a big deal from Scarlett. I thought for sure it was toast, but she manages to do it with the queens. Dancing back around would be pretty good. Surround on the queens. Here's the lock on. Energy levels look pretty low on these queens, and one does go down. Not enough energy for a transfuse. Although that one did catch one at the very end there. So Clem on 3 bases, Scarlett on 3 bases. The 4th base needs to stay alive for Scarlett to win this game, and I'm just not sure that it's going to be able to do so. Although Clem is pulling back. Clem is not really interested in pushing the issue at the moment. Thor's in production because the mutas are out, but guess what's pretty good against mutas? Cyclones. Cyclones are not bad against Mutalisks. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay. A couple of mutas go down for effectively nothing there. Another 2 are severely injured, managing to escape just barely. This Liberator is going to die without getting any kills at all. Kind of a sad story, really. Just kidding. She escaped. I called her fate way too early. Blue Flame is done, and that means your Lings and your Banelings are going to have an even worse time here. Roach's having a better time, but guess what's good against Roaches? Cyclones are. So this is why this is a thing. In case you're wondering, why is Race Car Mech a thing? Well, because Cyclones are amazing against Roaches, and pretty good against Queens, and Blue Flame Hellions are beautiful against Lings and Banelings if they can be allowed to kite. I don't know if they can, though. Oh, these drones need to go back to work. Scarlett, there you go. She heard me. She was like, thanks, Falcon. Thanks for the heads up in the past. Your time-traveling advice is really useful. Thor, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the mutas don't like that. You can magic box the Thor, maybe. Oh, gosh, the lock-on, though. Remember what I said about the lock-on? That's like another couple dead. Oh, gosh, the mutas, though. Okay, mutas are not the answer to this. In the past, I have said maybe try Mutalisks versus Race Car Mech. Don't do it. Scarlett has showed us the way of things not to do is make Mutalisks. She's done. She's making Infestors. Drilling Claws is coming in from Clem. He's just more of the same here, honestly. Upgrades looking pretty fantastic, too. Roach Ravager Baneling trying to hold on. Queen does go down. No transfuses available. And nice fungal catching a bunch of these Hellions out, allowing the Banelings to splash on in. But Thor can stand up to a lot of Baneling hits. And Scarlett doesn't want to waste any Banelings on that, dude. Liberator's in the mix because Race Car Mech doesn't have to be any one thing. It really doesn't. The splits are too good, man. This is too much army. 90 to 70 now. It's Roach Ravager versus Race Car Mech, which is not super good. Liberator's getting some shots off, getting Corrosive Bile, but also additionally staying alive. Additional units coming to the front here. The Blue Flame roasting up these Lings pretty effectively. Liberator's down to additional Corrosive Bile. Thor in the mix has 4 kills. Liberator does try to get some kills over here at the 4th. Does get Corrosive Bile down. Ravagers are really keeping Scarlett in this game right now. Roaches die because they're armored. Ravagers are not armored, which means they don't die as easily to that lock-on. Plus they have Corrosive Bile, which is really useful in these situations. More Banelings coming up. Army supply for Clem is higher right now. Worker supply is pretty even too. Income for Scarlett is higher. That's a lot of Zerg, actually, surprisingly. Tank in the mix. Because again, you know, like Race Car Mech doesn't have to be any one thing, but 11 drones go down. Clem is up 74 to 68. Total worker count has not been bothered. Has a 4th base, which is a planetary fortress right now. Scarlett tried to take it a 5th down south during all of this Blue Flame run by YOLO aggression here. 20 drones down in the last couple of minutes. 23. 23. Army supply, again, continuing to favor Clem. But just never seems like he has more stuff than Scarlett does on this side of the map. I guess a lot of that supply is Lings, which is big. They look big. They look tougher than they are. Thor's got 7 kills and 2 HP, so that's totally cool. Dodges a Corrosive Bile like a boss. Dodging as a Thor is not easy. Gonna point that one out for you. More Blue Flame Hellions roasting up them drones. I'm telling you, killing drones here. 51 drones have gone down. Wow. 61 to 77. Clem, I mean, he's not like super really intimidating at the front here, but economically he is in the lead. Spending his money. Corrosive Biles down. Taking down a tank there. 5 drones. going down to something recently. I guess some more Hellions got in and got murderized. But I don't know about this Greater Spire, man. I have seen players try to go Greater Spire against this, and it doesn't work super well. Really weird composition here for Scarlett. Roach, Ravager, Drone, Infester. Trying to get some stuff done. Clem's going for a 5th base down to the south, which seems pretty good. He's not killed a hatch yet, which I really think he needs to do in order to win this game. Again, he's up in everything that matters right now. But the army is just everywhere, man. The army knows where Clem is trying to go, and they're just ready. Tank on the high ground, firing on those roaches. Again, roaches armored, take bonus damage from tanks. Ravagers do not. Like, roaches need a reason to be worse, man. That armor tag makes them take more damage from a lot of things, including immortals, including tanks, including cyclones. It's just the list is too big for roaches to be that great. I guess stalkers are the same way, but at least they can shoot up. Yeah, I mean, I think Scarlett's holding here. Tank down, pushing up the ramp is not super advised, but it's okay. Clem pushing in. Again, has the advantage with the army. And it's actually starting to show through here now. Stutter stepping forward. The Ravagers are forced to flee. This base is getting rocked by Cyclones. Drones are going down. Broodlords are coming up, but I don't know if they're going to come out of those cocoons or not. The Cyclone count is really high. They're going after the Broodlord the eggs here. The cocoons, one is down. Another one tries to come up. It dies instantly. And one Broodlord is really not that scary. And I think Clem has done it, ladies and gentlemen. I think Clem has come back from an 0-2 start to win the thing 4-3. Clem is your winner today in his own Sunday series. So that's nice. I'm glad to hear glad to see he managed to make it through. Woo! Clem, not too bad, man. Starts out 0-2, wins 4 of the next 5 games? 4 of the next 5, only losing to Neeb, which again is no real shame because Neeb's stupid good. But yeah, the race car mech makes it happen there. Ends up costing Scarlett 25,000 resources lost, only 14 lost for him. Ends up killing 2 Broodlords. Another one was going to die there. Those mutas were a terrible choice. And yeah, I think Scarlett just losing all of those drones in the first few minutes of the game slowed her down quite a bit. 13 queens down. No hatcheries killed, but it didn't matter. Was able to expand at his heart's content back home. The defense was incredible. And Clem comes out on top. Nicely done, young man. I expect great things from you in the future. And I think we're going to get them too. If I had to bet, I'd say Clem is going to be a pretty great player for a very long time. To be this good at 17 is just incredible. All right, well, good stuff. Good stuff overall today, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and your Sunday series with Clem. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.